Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Let's Play thing, I think.
Did the episode start? Are we starting yet?
We're starting. Apologize if I cough or anything. I'm getting off of a really bad cold.
Okay, I'll apologize for you.
Yes, you will. So anyway, I'm not sure if this is going to be the first one we put up or if we're going to get the Monster Prom one up before this, depending.
Well, if you're going to bring up the Monster Prom one, then we have to get it up before this one.
It'll be good motivation for you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Banjo Kazooie, aka my friggin' childhood. This was a game that I played constantly growing up, and it's one of the few games I can say I know backwards and forwards, to the point where I can't play this game any way other than 100%ing it, so this is going to be one of the few 100% runs we're actually going to do on this channel.
Can I just say that it was hilarious to watch the little sister running in place behind the bush until her cue to come out?
Yeah, we're using the Xbox 360 version, as you can probably tell by the lack of the N64 branding at the beginning. And while it is technically a better game than the N64 version, there are still some little weird things about it here and there, which I will bring up as we play.
Like the fact that Kazooie just burst out of his neck like an alien.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Blur these out, editor.
Yes, we can't let people see our usernames on the...
God damn it.
What is your password?
Alright, let's just... Okay, we're back!
We're back and we are asleep in bed. Look at how precious we are.
Christ.
That goldfish he wants free.
I forgot how goddamn terrible it is trying to sign into this thing. You can tell that I don't use the Xbox One very often. There are very few games I actually play on it because everything that I would want to play on it is also on other systems, except for Rare.
That face is hideous.
Thank you. I worked very hard on it. I made this game. And here we have one of the most memorable video game villains in history. Ding pot, by the bench. Who is the nicest looking witch? Why, it's Grunty. You feel free to jump in and do voices at any time, Midori. I'm not a one-man show here. So yeah, this is our villainous Gruntilda. That's another...
But there is this girl.
Okay, we'll do this. What do you mean? This cannot be. There's no one prettier than me.
Why, it's Tootie, young and small. She's the prettiest girl of all.
No, you must be mad. Nicer beauty can't be had.
Unfortunately, I think you'll find it's Tootie. She's cute and kind. Stop hitting me.
This is another weird thing about the Xbox version, is that some of the cutscenes are really weirdly timed, where like there are pauses. Like Gruntilda just stood still there before the fade out.
What I find weird is that, like, is this area right here the entire world? Because Tootie can't be the only thing prettier than Gruntilda in their world.
It's like, it's the Snow White situation, you know? Gruntilda is super ugly. So yes, there are plenty of other things that look prettier than her, but for some reason Dingpot just called out Tootie. I think he's a bit of an ass.
Yeah, like throwing Tootie under the bus there. But maybe he thought she deserved it because her name is Tootie.
Really? We're gonna go there? You're really gonna use that as your big argument?
Maybe he finds the way that she toots on her flute.
Midori. No. Stop.
Tushy trumpet.
Now that's just stupid. Everybody knows it's an oboe.
Well, Mr. Mole, I I can't. Okay, just get me off there.
Oh my god. No, you're not going to do
I
that.
don't think
No.
so. Who is that?
Come to me, my little pretty. You'll soon be ugly. What a pity. I don't know how anybody could really...
Let me go, you ugly old hag.
I don't know how anybody could dislike Gruntilda's rhyming scheme. I was really sad when they dropped that for the sequel. Oh, and we've also met Bottles the Mole, everybody's favorite character.
We like, man.
What?
Like, we can't all be Zakora from My Little Pony.
This that's your go-to example, huh?
I mean, she always rhymes. They always pull it off.
This is true. Yes, I can't really argue with that. I'm not sick anymore. Well, I am sick, but I'm not as bad. So anyway, this is this is our tutorial area.
Aerial tutorial.
Yes, that's later. This is our tutorial area, Spiral Mountain, and he's just basically explaining the plot. There is very little story in this game, actually.
For all of you people who have never heard of and or played Banjo Kazooie.
Yes, which was basically anybody who grew up with a PlayStation instead of an N64 until the 360 came out. So yeah, it's basically just saying, Gruntilda kidnapped Tooty because she's prettier than her, and she's going to try and swap ugliness and beautiness with her. We're Banjo, who is Tooty's brother, and also his best friend Kazooie, who is a kazoo. No, she's a Breagle, and I don't need any training.
She's a Breagle?
Yes, that's the name of the species that they gave her.
When did they give her that name?
It's never brought up in game, but they do actually call her that in the supplementary material. Anyway, since I'm such a badass, I said I didn't need training, but we are going to go around this place specifically because of these things. There are 6 empty honeycomb pieces hidden around Spiral Mountain, and for every 6 that you collect, you get an extra point on your health meter. And if you do actually go through with the tutorial, then you'll have to stop at each of these molehills, and you will get an explanation for all of your basic moves: swimming, camera work, climbing, attacking, jumping, all of that good stuff. They really went out of their way to try their best to make the tutorial in this game as uninvasive as possible, but also make it easy to follow for people who actually don't know how to play the game.
How I shots web.
Exactly, yes.
Oh no! You killed that precious cauliflower!
There's more where that came from.
Cauliflower is not my favorite veggie.
As much as I love this game, I will say the swimming controls have not aged very well. You basically have 2 speeds underwater. Easy to control, but so slow that you're gonna die. Or super fast, but impossible to really control properly.
The era when all things had eyes, like everything was alive, and you were a murderous monster!
Oh, shut up. Actually, it was mostly Rare games that did that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
So there we go. I found all 6 pieces here, so now I get an extra health point, which is very, very helpful, especially later on in the game. Now, where's the bridge up to the mountain?
Oh, I get it. You collect honeycombs because you're a bear.
You're very observant today.
I at least appreciate that the health is sticking around even when you don't go and get it right away. It's not just fading and disappearing.
Yeah, that's another cool thing about this game is there's a lot of object permanence in it, where if you kill an enemy, the items that they drop will stay there until you collect them or you exit the area. Once you leave the world or the area that the enemies are in, then they will respawn, but they won't do it before. That was something that they changed again for the sequel, which I didn't really appreciate. I'm just going to come out and say that I like Banjo Kazooie a lot more than Banjo Tooie. I still think Tooie is a good game, but I think Kazooie just got everything right. So yeah, here we go. This is the beauty swapping machine. And she doesn't even know if it's going to work. She says that she was told that it would work.
Let me go, you fat hag! My brother will come and kick your butt!
Rescue you he will not dare. There's many dangers in my lair. Hurry, Klungo, push that switch. I'm tired of being an ugly witch. We need to decide right now if we're actually going to keep this up or if we're...
Mistress Conte.
No, let's not do this anymore. I'm bored.
You know, it's kind of baffling that, like, she puts her in that machine from the beginning. How does it take the entire course of the game for it to, like, work or not work or what?
It doesn't even work because we have the quiz show at the end where Tootie and Gruntilda are out of the machine and everything is perfectly fine.
But if you lose, then Tootie does get turned ugly and Gruntilda turns into a hot, sexy babe that the witch doctor wants everything to do with.
Yeah. So we just got our first Jiggy, and that is the main collectible of this game. There are 10 located throughout Gruntilda's lair and 10 in each world. And this is what we need them for.
To solve jigsaw puzzles!
Yes, and every time you fill in a jigsaw puzzle, it will open up the next world. So we can only fill this in if we have enough Jiggies. And we're going to get into this a little later on, but this game is actually very, very stingy, at least when you get to the end game, with the amount of jigsaw pieces that you need in order to actually progress.
Well, don't worry, no matter what, I'm sure that with you here, we can always get jiggy with it.
Ha. That joke was so bad, I no longer feel like playing anymore.
No, let's keep going, no!
Whoops, wrong one. So, yeah. Actually, I'm just doing this because I want to show this off, because I'm not going to get a game over. I may die a few times, but I'm not going to get a game over. And this will only play if you get a game over, or, strangely enough, if you choose to save and quit. Which was a big surprise to me when I first played this game. And to this day, Rare is the only company I know of that does something like this. Like, they did it again in Donkey Kong 64, where the only way to see the game over screen in that game was if you went into the pause menu and chose to save and quit, because you couldn't actually die in that game. You had unlimited lives. So yeah, this is the game over. If you get a game over, you fail, Grunty steals Tootie's beauty and makes her an ugly ogre, and Mumbo Jumbo betrays you and gets with the hot evil witch.
You know, I might still date Tootie if she looked like that. Green looks good on her. And those fangs, let me tell you.
Yeah, you're only saying that because green is your favorite color.
That's not the point.
Okay, so now we're going to pause here because yeah, this is a decent length for an episode, I think. So we'll see you all next time for part 2. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in for the introduction. Now that we've gotten that out of the way and have literally scared away everyone with how boring we are, let's move on to the next episode, shall we?
They're not seeing the beginning of the episode. Bye.